welcome back to part 3 of my travel mini-series on everything that you need to know before getting on that flight. So this is my third series. I can't believe we're already on part 3 of everything you need to know upon arrival. So my first 2 videos, number 1 was everything that you needed to know before getting on that flight, before booking that flight, how to get accommodations for those of you that are purchasing tickets for the first time. And then for part 2, I talked about everything you need to know once you get to the airport and your departure. Today I'm talking about arrivals, what you need to know coming into a new city or maybe a new country, and how to move forward from there. So, for those of you that don't know, I'm Woman vs. Travels. I'm an international school educator, and I have been living overseas, traveling solo for the past 7 years. Wow. I have backpacked, I have been to multiple continents, and I figured I need a place where I can share my lessons, I can share the people that I've met, my stories that I've accumulated throughout my years, and just put it into a place to build community, to give some inspiration, and then also to hope you feel less anxiety or worry for your dream vacation that's coming up. So welcome to my community, welcome to my channel. Hit that like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get started. So if you did not see my last video, like I said, this is everything you need to know about departures. Things like gates, boarding passes, checking in, terminals, you name it. I hopefully talked about it. For today, we're talking about arrivals. So first things first, you have been in an airplane this entire time. You're cruising, you're relaxing, maybe you had some turbulence. It's time, you've landed, now what? First of all, when you land, oh my gosh, please, for the sake of everyone on that plane, stay seated, my friends. I know you're excited. You are like, I can get up, I can move. I'm so tired of being in a cramped space. My legs hurt. I just want to stand. I want some fresh air. I get it. I really do. Trust me, I do. But there comes a point where you are, one, possibly blocking people that are missing their connecting flights from being able to get their belongings and leave the plane as soon as possible. Or number 2, blocking the ability for flight attendants to finish their exiting duties and get what they need done in order to open that door. So please, this is like a personal pet peeve, but also I just like being in that position of me trying to get out of the plane as soon as possible so that way I can make my next flight, and then feeling that anxiety because you have so many people in front of you that are really just trying to get out to all end up at the same baggage claim area. It doesn't make sense. So be courteous, ask those around you, hey, does anyone need to go first? And let them through, okay? So that's my first little thing. Okay. So you are now off the plane. You're gonna follow the signs to get to baggage claim. If you have to use the bathroom, which is very natural, do not use the bathroom that is right after the plane. You're gonna have to hold it a little bit because migration is far away, but I do not recommend going to the bathroom right after you get off the plane. It's gonna be packed, there's gonna be a huge line. Just go a little bit further out. Baggage claim is what it is. It's where you pick up your baggage, and you still go there even if you have a little carry-on, you have something just like a backpack. It's going to lead you to the exit of the airport, always. Now, I will say, to get from your gate of where you land to baggage claim and to migration, it is usually a really long walk. For those of you that don't know, I've had to relearn how to walk. I've had to relearn how to stand. It took almost 10 months of my life, and it has completely transformed my way of viewing travel and accessibility, and of course, just prioritizing my body. So for those of you that are elderly, that are pregnant, that have limited mobility issues, please look into taking advantage of the accessibility accommodations on your ticket. Please arrange that before you purchase your ticket. Or call ahead so that way someone can pick you up from the gate upon arrival and handle all of that for you. If you're an international traveler, what's going to happen is that after you land, it's going to have signs that lead you to the baggage claim but they always take you through migration first. I bring this up because migration is a long ways away, but also to make sure you're going into the right lane, into the right line. Yes. There's usually a couple of people that are standing along the way that are there to guide you. If you are a domestic traveler, they're going to tell you to go in a certain line. If you have a foreign passport, they're going to tell you to go into another. Now, during this time, you are not supposed to be taking phone calls, recording, taking pictures of people. People do it, but I want to be a little cautious, just letting you know, because some countries are a little bit more strict and you can get into a lot of trouble for it. Especially, do not take pictures of the migration agents. I just have to say it. So, during this time, it's usually a pretty long wait. I would have your passport, your boarding pass, and any other ID or visa that you need ready. This is the part where your agent, the migration agent, is going to ask you, one, is your passport up to date, and is it within a certain amount of time of expiration? So for example, in a lot of countries that I visited, they have a anywhere from a 3-month to 6-month buffer time. Passport expires in October of 2025. They're gonna look 3 to 6 months ahead of that. If it is not valid, they will not let you in the country. You have to go back into the airport. They just will not let you pass. Sorry. The other thing that they're gonna be looking for is your visa. There's all these different kinds. I won't go into so much of that, but they are going to be looking for how long can you stay. And what I usually get asked is, where are you going to stay? How long are you going to stay? What is your ticket number? And then show me that you do have a flight that leaves our country. Half of the time that I've been through migration, they do want to know the answer to all of those questions. Okay. If you choose to wear a mask, I wear a mask on a flight. They're going to ask you to take it off so they can see your face. And then at times they'll also ask to take a picture of you. If you're really big into data protection, you don't want your fingerprints or your face mask, you can talk to the migration guard, but you're going to go through a whole different process that I'm not very familiar with, so I won't talk much about, but it's still an option. They might ask you a few questions about their country, like, what do you know about us? Like, just to get a gauge. And I like to try and at least greet them in their native language. It turns the conversation very positive, and it's just a great way to interact with other people. After they take pictures of you for the visa process, they have your fingerprints, they've accepted you, you are then going to move past migration, usually through some kind of mini mall where you can purchase things of you entering into the country. And then you're going to have to go through customs. Customs is where you get to declare that you have maybe very expensive or very unique items that you brought with you, maybe a certain amount of cash. You're going to go through there and declare it. If you do not have that, then you will just pass that, but you will still usually have to go through some kind of security checkpoint where they might ask you to re-put in your system and re-put your backpack into a conveyor belt so they can x-ray it, and then you will be at the doors for general airport area. This is where you're going to see people with signs that has your name. If you have a driver that's coming to pick you up, this is where you will see family. It's a very long distance from where you landed initially, but once you're past that area, you are officially in your state, you're officially in your new country, and you are ready to exit. Before you leave the airport, my suggestion is, one, grab your SIM card, grab extra cash, and look for official transportation signs for departing the country, or departing the airport, okay? I cannot tell you how many times that I have left the airport thinking that, oh, I can just get a SIM later, or I can just get cash at an ATM later, and it just ends up being so chaotic or hard to find or super scammy. So at least at the airport, it's safe. You're in a public place, a well-lit place, and it's just more comfortable that way. My other thing is looking definitely for official official transportation systems outside of the airport. In many countries that I've been to, a lot of cab drivers come up and talk to you, and there is a lot of friction between them and third-party apps like Uber or InDrive or Yango. And I think it's important to do a little bit of research before you arrive if those third-party apps are even legal. Okay, there are some countries, especially in South America, that do not allow the use of Uber or InDrive, and you will have police that check cars to make sure that when they're picking people up, they are not being used. So it's something to consider. If you are using a taxi, make sure you agree on a price ahead of time, show them your direction, show them the address that you're going to, and make a hard deal. Also make sure if they're using the meter that they turn it on. Simple, easy, facts. But definitely look up above. If there is a bus, if there is a train, great. Purchase your tickets inside the airport as well, not outside. That's my big safety tip. My final suggestion is about Wi-Fi. If you need Wi-Fi at your new location, whether you're arriving, whether you're departing, Wi-Fi is usually free. They will ask you to connect. And sometimes that's asking you your email, your full name, your birthday, and your gender. For me, that's too much information. Honestly, I just make that up and it still takes it. I just want to put that out there. You do not have to do that. That is all for me, folks. That is for arrivals. I'll see you in our next video about luggage. Just want to say thank you for supporting me if you are new to my channel. See you next time.